Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. Today's video, I am doing a top 10 favorite Tom Petty songs, including Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I did a deep dive recently, and so I wanted to do a top 10 to kind of conclude that, everything I've heard of from Tom Petty. So here's my top 10 of Tom Petty here on Jason the Old Millennial. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well here on a Monday night. And doing a video counting down my top 10 favorite Tom Petty songs. I've actually done a top 10 Tom Petty on another channel, on Adam's What the Gym channel. Me, Rich, and Adam did a top 10 Tom Petty songs some months ago. Anyways, and it really was what inspired me to do, a deep dive on Tom Petty. I listened to all of his albums from chronological order and wrote down all my favorite songs and then put them on a playlist, listened to them a bunch, and then cut it down to the top 10. So this is pretty close. I think I maybe made one change from my last top 10 because I can't remember what I put in my last top 10. But anyway, so this is my current top 10 favorite Tom Petty / Tom Petty Heartbreakers songs. So first we got number 10. I got a song called Echo from the album Echo. I don't know if this is not necessarily one of his bigger hits that he's had. Not one I've heard before until I was listening to the album. But yeah, really good song. It's a little more low-key, more of a softer song for him. But really enjoy his vocals here, and the whole mood of the song is really good. It's one that gets in my head and I sing a lot. So that's why I had to put it here. Usually if I get in my head and I sing it, it's in my top 10. That's how I kind of go through it. The songs that kind of just get stuck with me. But yeah, so number 10, I got Echo. Number 9, I got a song called The Waiting from the album Hard Promises, which was a hit song off the album. Album that I think came right after Damn the Torpedoes. It's definitely one of his best catchy numbers. Really good, like kind of pop rock number. Great guitar work there and a great chorus. And yeah, I really enjoy Tom Petty's vocals as well. And it's just a really nice pop number, really good melodies and all that. So it's definitely one of his top ones, I think, that a lot of people have heard before. Even if you don't know what it is, if you hear it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds familiar. So I got The Waiting at number 9 on my list. Number 8, I got one that I've heard quite a bit on VH1, in fact. And it's called Mary Jane's Last Dance. This was a single that he put out. I remember this song mostly because of VH1. I remember I don't know if this was the 90s, I'm guessing, watching VH1, and there was this music video of the song, and it was Tom Petty, and he was dancing with Kim Basinger, who's dressed like a wedding dress, and I think she was like dead because she was like lifeless, and he's like dancing around with her, and as they're singing this song anyways, and so it's kind of an interesting image, and kind of cool little video that kind of first got me noticed of that. Anyways, it's a really nice song as well. I think one of his hit songs. Again, I just love how the verses kind of crescendo into the chorus, and the backing vocals and harmonies are really great. And it's just one of those songs, man, when you're just waiting to get to that chorus, and once it gets to the last chance with Mary Jane, bum 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 bum. Yeah, it's just so good, and you just wait for that chorus, and so fun to sing too. Anyway, so yeah, definitely one of his, I think, hit songs. One of my favorites to listen to is Mary Jane's Last Dance at number 8. Number 7 is definitely a song that's on everybody's top 10 list, and it has to be on mine as well. And that's Refugee. I believe is the first song off of Damn the Torpedoes. It's definitely one I feel like it's played quite a bit. One of his more played songs on the radio. And songs, anytime I hear him sing live, it seems like this is one of the songs he sings. It's a nice rock number. I think it's more of a rocker number, if that's a word. It's a rocker. But it's another one where I love how kind of soft his verses are and how soft he is. But then when he gets to that chorus, he just, jumps up a level with getting louder and more passionate and singing. I think definitely one of my favorite Tom Petty vocals. We get that, don't, son, live like a refugee. And I love the backing vocals. Don't want to live like a refugee. Like, it's so good. It works so well together. The guitar work, everything. Yeah, it's definitely one of his best songs. And when me, Rich, and Adam did this top 10, all three of us had this in our top 10. So it's definitely one that I think that's in everybody's top 10. Surprised it's not even higher maybe on my top 10, but definitely I had to put it there. So I have it at number 7, Refugee. Number 6, another really one of his biggest hits that's really played a lot on the radio and that I hear a lot is that I Won't Back Down, which comes off his first solo album, Full Moon Fever. This is one that could be your number 1, and I would not complain. This could be a number 1 song for him. It's definitely, like I said, one that I think about a lot when I think about Tom Petty is this song. As Sam St. John put it in a video, that this is his anthem. In fact, he put it as his number 1 favorite song off of the album, Full Moon Fever. So this is Tom Petty's anthem, and he's right. It's one that, it's so fun to sing to, and I can only guess it would have been fun to hear in concert, him sing the song, and it has kind of this almost encouraging message behind him, not backing down. And again, great chorus of I won't back down, mama, there's no easy way out, and great vocals by Tom Petty. And I love I won't back down. Like, I love how he pauses in there. I'll stand my ground. Like, I love how he does that, how he kind of slows it down a little bit. Yeah, just one of his great hits for sure. It should be in anybody's top 10. And I have it here. It didn't quite make my top 5, get close. I was definitely, there's so many good songs here. It was hard to put this the top 10 together because there's a lot of good songs I can put in here. But I Won't Back Down at number 6. Now my top 5, I got number 5, one of his biggest hits that he had, that I think it was maybe even number 1 hit or pretty top 5 hit for him, and that is Don't Do Me Like That from Damn the Torpedoes, which I did in my deep dive. It was one of their biggest hit albums, maybe their biggest hit album that they ever had. And Don't Do Me Like That was the biggest single. I think it was the top 5 single off that album. But it's another one that I've heard on the radio quite a bit. Didn't realize it was Tom Petty till recently, and then I was like, oh, that's a Tom Petty song. That's a really good song. It's, again, one of the poppiest, catchy numbers that he does, and I kind of love that. But I love all the instrumentation here. It's very good. Yeah, and again, it's really fun to sing to. And great vocals from Tom Petty as well. Like I said, I'm repeating myself because they're all kind of similar in that way. Great catchy choruses and good vocals and guitar work and all that. Yeah, definitely up there for me. Yeah, definitely one of the funnest ones to listen to. Don't Do Me Like That. Number 5. Number 4, I got a song. I don't know if this was a hit song. I think it was. I can only imagine, because this was one that I kind of just discovered when I listened to the albums, and this became my favorite album. Into the Great Wide Open is the title song from the album, Into the Great Wide Open, which turned out to be my favorite album as I was listening to the albums. This had so many really good songs on it, just one after another, and this was one of my favorite. Again, love that again, Tom Petty does such a good job of like being very low key on the verses and then really hitting you on the chorus and having these crescendoing into these really good choruses that are fun to sing to. And he sings with a lot of passion and gets a lot bit louder. But yeah, I love this chorus again. Just gets in when I'm thinking about my favorite songs, I think these are the ones that just, when you get to that chorus, it's just so fun to sing to, and it really gets into my head. And it goes into the great wide open. So good. I love the guitar work in there. I love the dun 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 as they kind of transcend into verses, into the choruses and stuff like that. There's always this real good guitar transition, whatever. And the whole song has kind of a cool story where it tells the story of this like guy and this girl, and he wants to be a musician, and he starts off, I think, in like playing the bar or whatever, and then eventually he works himself up to become a famous musician. So it's kind of has a cool little story of these two people getting married, I think, or they're together, and then seeing their careers go. Anyway, so I enjoy that, listening to the lyrics, and then, like I said, everything's so good, such a catchy song. I really enjoy it, and that's Into the Great Wide Open at number 4. Number 3, another great pop song, rock song, and that is Even the Losers, which comes off the Damn Torpedoes, which is it's my favorite song off of that album. And it's, like I said, it's got so many great songs. Don't Do Me Like That. Refugee has like 3 songs that made in my top 10, I think, it looks like here. And Even the Losers ended up being my favorite out of here. And it's hard because all 3 songs are so good. But it's another song where, man, it just got this really nice, catchy pop sound to it. and love the chorus. You know, even the losers get lucky sometimes, and I just enjoy that whole idea of, uh, you know, sometimes we feel like losers. You know, when it comes to love and women, we get rejected, and every once in a while we get lucky, and somebody looks our way. And I was like, I feel like I've been a loser in my life, you know, with women. I've been rejected many times. Definitely was not a ladies' man in high school and all that. And, you know, finally I got lucky and somebody, you know, agreed to marry me, you know. So, but for a long time it was like I felt like one of those losers, and so it's true. Sometimes losers get lucky, and so I kind of feel somewhat attached to that song because that, cause I like the whole message behind it. And again, it's just a fun song to kind of sing to and get to that chorus. And it's one of the great discoveries I've had going over Tom Petty. And Heartbreakers is a song I didn't really know about. And then, man, first time I heard it, I was like, man, what is this song? I like it so much. It's not even one of their big hits that I know about, but it's one of those cool things when you know, go through an artist and you find songs that are like, wow, why is this not like a bigger song or a bigger hit that people talk about? That's for me, for Even the Losers, one of my favorite off of here at number 3. Number 2, I have Learning to Fly from Into the Great Wide Open. My favorite song off of that album. Like I said, my favorite album in total. It's another one where, man, absolutely love the chorus of this song. I say it's every song, but I love that learning to fly. And then I love the backing vocals, learning to fly, but I ain't got wings, learning to fly. Like, I love that back and forth between Tom Petty and the other band members, backing vocals. And I don't know, I just kind of enjoy the lyrics as well. You know, what goes up must come down. I mean, simple lyrics, but yeah, it all works together. Yeah, it's again, I think it was one of their bigger hits off that album, or maybe the biggest hit off that album. It's definitely one that I've had go to constantly because I just love singing to it. Like, as you can hear me singing, it's so fun to sing in that chorus and everything, and just great work all around on that song. And surprisingly, one of my favorite Tom Petty songs. Like I said, there's so many other bigger hits on here, but that's one that, as I was putting this list together, I was like, I cannot stop singing this song, so it has to be really high on my list. So yeah, Learn to Fly is number 2 on my list, Tom Petty songs. All right, number 1, it's one of his most well-known songs. I hate to be so cliche to put this in number 1, but I just had to. And it's a song that, if growing up I didn't listen to a lot of Tom Petty or any, I heard just his biggest hits on the radio. And if you ask me, you know, about a Tom Petty song, the first song I would talk about is Free Falling. And that's my number 1 song from Tom Petty. It comes off of his first solo album, Full Moon Fever. And yeah, that was on the radio a lot in the 90s. And like I said, it was a huge hit. As far as I know, it's the biggest hit, it seems like, according to me, because listening to the radio. That was a song I heard and absolutely loved it. And I've seen him play it maybe like on Saturday Night Live or something. Like, it seems like that was his song that I say this and like I Won't Back Down are like the 2 most played songs maybe I've heard either live on TV or on the radio. Yeah, and it's just fantastic. And as I was putting the list together, you know, Free Falling was a song I thought right away was probably gonna be in my number 1, but I was like, I don't want to be, you know, too safe with my list. So I was like, I'm gonna listen to all the songs and try to, you know, give them all a chance and really analyze and think about it. You know, what's my favorite song? But I had to keep going back to Free Falling. It's still my favorite of his. Absolutely love, again, how I said this before and I said it again, how his verses are very more low key, and then he builds up to a really cool chorus. And this is the best chorus of them all, and one of the greatest choruses of all time. It's not a complicated chorus, it's just really fun to sing to. Again, I always enjoyed the lyrics of, you know, I know he's describing this relationship with this girl, and, you know, and he's saying all these things like she likes, you know, she likes horses or something like that. She likes Jesus. She likes Elvis, or she's crazy about Elvis. Loves America too, or loves her boyfriend too. I don't know. I just love how he kind of puts in all these little different things about this girl. And then, yeah, like I said, once you get to that chorus, man, it just, again, I think my favorite Tom Petty vocals, and just how he goes into that. And I'm free, free falling. just how he goes into that, and he really, I mean, like I said, gets really loud, very passionate, and yeah, how can you not? I dare anybody not to sing along to that chorus. It's so fun, it's so great, and really hooks that song together, I think. Because the verses are really good as well. I really enjoy all the verses and all that. Second verse talks about vampires or something on Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard, and also, or maybe that's the third verse. There's a verse about, you know, how he's a bad guy because he broke her heart and all this. I don't know. I enjoy I'm not sure exactly what the verses are saying, but yeah, still enjoy hearing those lyrics. Um, and then like I think it's like the third verse, all of a sudden this like military drumming comes in. It goes do 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 do. All of a sudden, and it comes out of nowhere, and it's nowhere else in the song. It just comes in. And you're like, wow, I love that drumming. All of a sudden that comes in and really kind of makes it. I don't know, just changes up the song a little bit and makes it even all the better for it. Anyways, and again, great backing vocals with everybody. Free falling, yes, I'm free falling. Yeah, love all the backing vocals along with Tom Petty just belting out that free falling chorus. Anyway, so yeah, it has to be my number one. It's one of the best poppy, catchy songs ever. My favorite Tom Petty song of all time, Free Fallin'. So that's my top 10. I got some honorable mentions I'm going to mention here. I got Flirting with Time, really cool song. You Don't Know How It Feels. I think that might have been my top 10 before, and I kind of knocked it out. But really great song that, to me, almost sounds like a Bob Dylan-ish song. Like, feels like Tom Petty's doing almost a Bob Dylan impression there. Really good. Wildflowers, really great acoustic song off of his second album, Wildflowers. Really love that song. All the Wrong Reasons, great song. And then lastly, I got Here Comes My Girl, which is the fourth song that I have off of Damn the Torpedoes. I said Damn the Torpedoes, such a good album, having so many hit songs. And Here Comes My Girl came very close to getting my top 10, but didn't quite get there, but so many good ones here. And there's, 20 other songs I could put in here, but that's what I got right now. So yeah, it's my top 10. Please tell me what's your favorite Tom Petty song, or what some of your favorite Tom Petty songs are. And I'd love to read them. And thank you for watching this. Thank you for liking it. And thank you to all the subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a good day.